One.
Hey guys, Dan The Wolfman, theCombatSystem.com. Since I've been showing a little bit more combative stuff, so now I teach MMA, kickboxing, grappling, and catch wrestling stuff, all of that. When I'm talking about combatives and knife stuff, I filmed 6 videos already, going to be filming more tonight. I want to talk to you about how dangerous dealing with a blade, a stabbing implement, anything like that is. Knives are very dangerous. Some don't take long to deploy at all. Okay, you see that? This is got the Enduro Wave feature. Okay, it's a Spyderco or Emerson's have that. It opens up. It can be that fast. Someone could just be talking to you, and boom, it's open. You know, a lot of guys also will come at you, attack you, just hiding the knife down low behind their leg or behind their forearm. An attacker's not going to necessarily say, okay, give me your money and intimidate you and wave it around. Knives are very dangerous, especially nowadays. All over the world, people are carrying little pocket knives. X-Acto knives, screwdrivers, anything that can take you out. And maybe, they just have regular clothes on, you don't see it, but they got something big like this, okay? So you never know. You got to be careful. And a knife is extremely dangerous. You're more likely to survive a gunshot, especially from a handgun, than you are from a stabbing or knife attack, okay? Look at the numbers, and you're about 20% more likely to die from a stabbing attack. Okay, and stabbing is usually what does it. Over here, I just put out an assortment of various knives, and you gotta know what you're dealing with and how anything can really be a stabbing implement. From shanks in prison to a screwdriver, guys carrying box cutters, X-Acto knives, all kinds of different. This is my collection of some cheap and some expensive folding knives, and everyone's got them on you nowadays. Whether it's a bayonet or my friend's really nice knife here, or you're dealing with kitchen knives. A crazy lady or a grandmother, anybody with this, a steak knife, a kitchen knife, can kill you. It's that simple. Dealing with a knife is very dangerous. If you have the option, of course you run away if you don't gotta protect your family or loved ones. If you have the option, run away. In other videos I talked about footwork. I can't do it now because I have a hurt knee. But footwork, playing basketball, dodgeball, running away, or moving. Movement, if you got the space, do it. But sometimes it's in confined space, or sometimes you have a hurt knee like I do right now. So you got to be able to deal with things in different ways. Now, some of the ways we look at are more soft style, like Systema or Russian martial arts stuff. Other stuff you'll see me do looks like what you'll see in Krav Maga. Other stuff is like what you'll see in Filipino martial arts, Kali, or Jeet Kune Do, or kicking the knee. So it depends on the situation and how surprised you are. And a lot of stuff we're dealing with the knife when you see it, and then I'll start getting into, when you get a little more advanced, someone sneaking up behind you, and maybe you don't know you're stabbed until you feel something in your back. And most people that are stabbed think that it's a punch. So if you ever feel like someone punched you in the back, guess what? It's probably a stabbing taking place, and you got to react to that. And like I said, a lot of people or even this big knife, I can hide it behind my forearm. Anyone like this, or they hide it behind their leg and they walk up at you, and boom, you're stuck. And then they put the sewing machine to you. So you have to be careful. Slashes, stabs, all of that. If you do have to take cuts, you always take it on the back side of your forearms. You don't want to take it on the inside where the arteries are exposed. Okay, the brachial artery. Inside the legs is very dangerous. The testicles inside here, very dangerous on the inside. So if you have to fend or jam off stuff, you do want to use the back. So if you got to defend your neck, you might rather get cut through the fingers, through the forearm bones or whatever, instead of taking it on the arteries in the neck. It depends on your martial art training too. If you're not experienced with knife stuff or any of those kind of martial arts I named, and you're a bigger guy that can hit, maybe you're going to do peekaboo Mike Tyson boxing style, using your forearms to block and try and block and parry, block and punch at the same time, or like kind of Jailhouse Rock. They were using 52 hands Jailhouse Rock defending in prison. Anytime someone with a toothbrush, a little flame, and now you got a stabbing implement. So keep that in mind, that something as simple as this can kill you with one puncture. Keep that in mind. Very dangerous. Like I said, run away if you can, or use footwork and get out of there if you can, but that's not always possible. If you can break away for a minute and whip off your belt, deploy your own knife, keep that in mind. Guys that carry firearms, that carry handguns, they say, well, if a guy has a knife, I'm just going to use my gun. Look at the 21-foot Faulkner rule. A guy can cover 21 feet before you have reaction speed to pull your gun and shoot them. Okay, 21 feet's far, and people don't realize that. They think if you don't train right, they react here and try and deploy your own knife, and that's hard. Even with some of my carry knives, like this one, it's hard. You know, if you're fending an attack, you got to fend it and hit the guy before you have enough space to then deploy. If you are getting stabbed and attacked, and I try to deploy this, I'm going to be getting stabbed, and it might follow my draw, and I drop it, or I can't follow the draw. I can't do that. So also keep in mind that if someone has a knife in their pants, in their pocket, if someone's ever showing you the motion of reaching behind, you can grab that wrist and hit them, or go into a double wrist lock Kimura position. But just jam it and hit them. You know, if someone's drawing, try and follow the draw. If you see someone reaching back and you're in code, you know, yellow, things ain't good, you're already warned off. Pay attention to any time someone's reaching back, reaching into a pocket, reaching into their waistband. Hit that wrist, jam him, and hit them, and get them falling backwards. Okay, so we're going to look at a lot of that. Just keep things in mind. Go to thecombatsystem.com. I hope you enjoy some of the perspectives I give you. And nice, and anything pointy is very dangerous. Thanks.